Hello! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another European World Cup Qualifier prediction video. In this video, I'm going to be covering only Matchday 7. I'm going to be doing all of Matchday 8 in a separate video. Yes, I'm uploading this very early, but screw it. I also just uploaded an African World Cup Qualifier prediction video for their match days that are coming up, so if you haven't checked that out already, please do. I'll leave a link in the description below. But before we get into my European World Cup Qualifier predictions, let's take a look at our sponsor, OneFootball. OneFootball is an amazing app which keeps you up to date with all of the latest football news. Instead of having to Google search everything over and over again, everything is right there on the app, easy to access and view. For nearly every league, you can check out the schedule, the current standings, the latest news, and you can even select your favorite team you wish to receive extra notifications for. You can even check out the stats of every player in each competition, which can help you make changes to your fantasy team and all that. Guys, I highly recommend you get this app. It's free, easy to use. You might as well go check it out now. I'll leave a link in the description below. Alright, lots of interesting matchups coming up. First off, let's take a look at Czech Republic versus Wales. This could really go either way. I'm pretty sure most people would be banking on Czech Republic to get a win, but I'm going to be boring and say this match finishes 1-1. You can't write off Wales, and I have a feeling that they'll be able to hold up for a draw against this pretty strong Czech side. And we've seen Wales in the Euros. They mean business. They're not going to go out without a fight. Moving on next to Estonia versus Belarus. I think Belarus will secure a 2-0 win. Yeah, sorry, Estonia. Next up, Gibraltar versus Montenegro. I think Czernogora will get a 3-0 win. They have to, surely. Russia versus Slovakia. This is a tough one to call. Both these teams are all over the place in terms of their form. Russia in better form, obviously, though. They are in second in their group, but neck and neck in points with Croatia, who are in first. 13 points each. I'm going to say Russia get the win, 2-1. It's going to be a narrow one and a decent battle between the two sides. Now moving on to Cypress versus Croatia. Croatia actually looking decent even after their last international break with their absence of Luka Modric, their best player on the pitch. I think Croatia got the win no matter what. I'm going to say 2-0. Latvia versus Netherlands. We can't write out Latvia. They actually produced some decent results in this World Cup Qualifier campaign. I think Netherlands will still get the win, but Latvia will get on the score sheet. I'll say 3-1. Now taking a look at Liechtenstein versus Macedonia. I think Macedonia will grab a solid win. I'll say 2-0. Iceland versus Armenia. Armenia were in terrific form earlier. They are slipping a bit, but Iceland really haven't been at their A game lately. No, I don't hate Iceland, but I think Armenia will get a 1-0 narrow win. Turkey versus Norway. A very interesting battle. We all know Turkey can sometimes be one of the most exciting teams on the pitch, but also can be extremely disappointing. I'm going to be boring and say this finishes in a draw. An exciting one though, final score being 2-2. Germany versus Romania. I don't expect an upset here, sorry Romania. I think they'll get on the score sheet though. I'll say Germany win this match, 3-1. Malta versus Slovenia. Now I don't want to write off Malta, but I think Slovenia got this. I'm going to say a basic scoreline of 2-0. Kazakhstan versus Bosnia. Both these teams really need to grab a win here. France on top of the group by a lot of points. The rest pretty neck and neck. Anything's possible for this group in terms of the second place contender. Bosnia have been disappointing many times, but I think they'll grab their first win here. Even though they drew against Kazakhstan last time from a last-minute equalizer, I think Bosnia will get the win this time, 2-1. I'm a Bosnia. Lithuania versus Bulgaria. Tough one, but the mighty Bulgarians are winning this 2-0. Azerbaijan versus Ireland. A very tough one to predict. Ireland haven't been in great form, obviously, but they are looking a tiny bit more promising. They actually put off a good fight against Portugal, but then Ronaldo was able to seal the deal at the very end. None of these teams got a win yet in this qualifier run. I'm going to be hopeful and say Ireland get their first win here. It's going to be a narrow 1-0 win for them. Sweden versus Kosovo. I want to see Kosovo prove me wrong, and they definitely will put off a good fight, but Sweden have actually been very impressive. I mean, a lot of their talent has been solid as well. I'm going to say Sweden win this match 2-1. Finland versus Ukraine. Ukraine haven't won or lost a single match so far. Only draws. 5 draws in this World Cup Qualifier run so far. And I think the drawing run is going to continue. 0-0 this match. Scotland versus Israel. Both sides in very similar form right now. Israel only 1 point behind Scotland. I think Scotland will stay above them though. I'll give them a 1-0 win. Georgia versus Greece. I could see Greece drawing here actually, but at the same time I could see them grabbing a last-minute goal for a win. Tough one, but I'll say Greece win 2-1. Faroe Islands versus Austria. Faroe Islands is a huge underdog and a pretty exciting side. It would be exciting if Faroe Islands won this because they have the same amount of points as Austria then, but I'm going to say Austria win this 2-0. Luxembourg versus Serbia. Now, as we've all seen, we cannot write off Luxembourg. But Serbia haven't lost a match yet. 3 wins and 2 draws, 11 points so far. I think it's going to be either a draw or win for Serbia. I'll say Serbia narrowly win this. I said 2-1 a lot. I'm saying it again. 2-1. Hungary versus Albania. These guys just played each other, and Albania managed to pull a win after so many people were believing in Hungary. Albania actually in second right now in the World Cup qualifiers. Very impressive from them. Bravo. Although Hungary have obviously slipped in form, taking a horrible loss to England recently, I'm saying this finishes in a 1-1 draw. Andorra versus England. I'm expecting a lot of goals from England here. 4-0. 4-0. Moldova versus Denmark. I'm also expecting a lot of goals from Denmark here as they have been on fire recently. Not as much as England though. I'll say 3-0. Poland versus San Marino. Again, I'm going to say 3-0 for Poland. Switzerland versus Northern Ireland. I'm going to say it finishes in a 1-1 draw. I don't want to underestimate Northern Ireland right now for some reason. Alright guys, that is the end of my Matchday 7 predictions. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, Matchday 8 will be in a separate video this time, but it's obviously going to be out very soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you all for making it to the end. Like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all very, very soon. Boa noite.